Hi guys, welcome back to Money Monday. So as you guys have met Peter from, Peter Thornhill I should say, from Motivated Money, which is one of my number one recommendation of financial reading. It's essential for everyone that subscribes to my channel. So I would have met Peter, I think it would have been maybe 10 years ago or even longer, when I worked at St. George Bank.
Yep.
And I was a financial advisor, and I remember watching you speak for the first time, and I was just blown away with excitement and enthusiasm, and I never looked back. And I've probably watched you speak about 5 times, I think. So Peter has a beautiful story about how he started investing when he was young, the philosophy he's taught his children, and I guess his journey. And I thought you guys would enjoy, obviously, not only meeting the man behind the book, but also his personal experience and journey and the things that he's learned and been able to share with the readers in his book and obviously with us today. So if you could tell me how you got started, what was the things that triggered you and ignited your passion and interest in shares, and the luxuries of what you enjoy today.
Okay, I think the single biggest thing was shortly after we got married in '69, Frida and I took off on a working holiday. We were going to spend 18 months abroad. We didn't come back for 18 years. And I can say now with hindsight that apprenticeship of 18 years was pure gold in terms of the knowledge that I was presented with and able to absorb. The other key, so that was number one. Number two, in relationships, financially, 3 situations. 2 savers, nirvana. 2 spenders, yeah. Spender, saver, disaster. Yeah. Because one will continually white ant all the efforts of the other. Yeah. So whether it's the guy who has got to have a bigger boat and a bigger trailer and a bigger car, or whether it's the wife who needs a bigger trophy house or whatever, they will always white ant the efforts. Fortunately, Frida and I, we were both savers, so I think that helped a great deal. So no matter how little we earned, we always managed to save. So very, very...
And then what did you do with those savings?
Well, initially, not a lot that was particularly bright because I didn't know, but I worked for a funds management company in the United Kingdom, and it was there that I had access for the first time, and where I was taught how true wealth was created and judged. Cash flow. So the penny sort of dropped. Our 3 sons were all born in the UK. I was headhunted in 1987, came back to Australia in 1988 and worked for a number of fund management companies. So that gave me the opportunity to be able to access all the savings plans, the managed funds, etc. But the thing that really turned me into the monster that I am today was the constant pushback that I got. All that I had learned when I presented it here in Australia, I was told, you're wrong, you're crazy, no, you don't buy shares for income, you buy them for growth, etc., etc.
You trade them.
You trade them.
Or
so
gamble.
I was forced to re-examine everything that I had taken for granted in England, and I discovered I was right. And that was it. I was ready to push back. So...
I love that you're doing this.
Take no prisoners. So we started savings. There was nothing outstanding about my career was sort of vaguely middle management. There were no inheritances. We educated the 3 boys privately through secondary school, so there were 3 lots of 6 years, etc., etc. But we saved, we invested, and we invested in shares. I borrowed money and invested in shares, and kept doing that. And kept doing it. Once the kids had finished school, we could crank it up a little. I got rid of my company car. I took the car as part of my salary package. I paid the tax, and I used that money to pay the interest on a very large margin loan.
Nice work.
And I just kept it going, reinvesting the dividends, buying more, reinvest, and so on and so on.
You just continued on passionately and committed to that process?
Interestingly, we got back in '88. I adopted Microsoft money. And I recorded the investments that we had, which happened to be shareholdings.
Just so you know, Microsoft money, not the actual stock, the actual software program.
The software
that documents
program.
all the transactions and all the income you've received and what you paid. This is good.
So I had in the first year, 88, I can tell you, Microsoft Money shows me that my dividend income in 88 was $941. And I can show you every year since. And it is now just under 400,000, and I'm not working anymore.
So Peter is saying his dividend income increased from
$941
$41 and is today, by being committed to the process of building and buying long-term passive income streams through Australian and industrial stocks and some ETFs, his income today is over $400,000 a year.
Yep.
And tell me about the freedom, the lifestyle.
Well,
what do you enjoy the most?
What do I enjoy the most? Travel and the 5 granddaughters. So we have 5 little princesses, which my wife spoils rotten. And we travel a lot now.
And you don't have to worry about money.
No.
Your spare time is spending quality time with your family and your friends, the people that mean the most to you.
And like you, we believe in philanthropy. So we are gifting during our lifetime. But I have been challenged on 1 or 2 occasions in the past, what's the point of making all this money? You can't take it with you, which I find very sad. But I do understand that most Australians can't spell the word philanthropy. On final death, the estate will be split in half. Half will go to the children, the other half will go into a charitable foundation, the income from which will be gifted in perpetuity to things that we feel strongly about.
So just for the subscribers, the share portfolio will not be sold down. It will be shifted to a trust, and the dividend income will continue to grow and continue to support charities indefinitely, which is an incredibly powerful and generous thing to do. And it means, as your financial education and I guess the wise steps you took will continue on beyond your presence on this earth.
We are custodians of what we've created, and this business of ski holidays, spend the kids' inheritance, I find quite abhorrent. We are custodians, we live on the income, and there are people far richer than us. I don't envy anyone. Frida and I can live, occasionally we have to pinch ourselves to just make sure we're not dreaming. We are living a life that we could never ever have imagined when we first met.
You're financially free.
Absolutely.
Well, look, if that isn't inspiring and motivating, I don't know what is. I recommend jumping on Peter's website. I'll include the link in the description box below, and you can buy Peter's book, and he does ship internationally.
Yes.
I think. Yes. And as I said, it's very easy to read. It's really inspiring. You walk away just realizing the false stories that we're told through the media and people's opinions and people trying to justify their own actions and behaviours is all sort of uncovered through this book. So thank you so much for your time, and
My pleasure.
I will see you guys next week on either Lifestyle Love or Money Monday.